She also, Eric, said that your dad ran the economy into the ground. But I think we all know it wasn't your father. It was a global pandemic.
You know who's crying out, Steve? You know who's crying out? The people of San Francisco, right? Her home city. When you see people defecating in the streets, when you see kids walking over hypodermic needles, when you see homelessness, when you see the highest taxes anywhere in the world, it's no longer even embodies America in so many ways. You see what's happened to that amazing city under her leadership and many other people's leadership. You know who else is crying out? Law enforcement officers. She compared law enforcement to the KKK, all right? There's a lot of people who are crying out. You know who else would be crying out? 180 million people in this country who have private health insurance that she wants to eliminate. She wants socialized medicine. She wants government-run health care. Those people would be crying out as well. I mean, listen, she didn't do too well in the primaries. You saw that she got under 2% of the total vote. I don't know why magically she's going to become this unicorn that, somehow rejuvenates Joe Biden, who's, has zero enthusiasm. But I really believe she was kind of a Christmas present in August for my father and for the campaign. And we are really excited that she's on the ticket, to say the least.
Just taking a look at this, almost every report going into today's show, you started reading to find out an idea what they're projecting for the numbers. Everybody, including the AP, said over 1 million jobless claims. And it's going to be really bad because the $600 ran out and people are going to run out and apply for unemployment. They're not thinking. A lot of people, the theory is, and according to a lot of experts, is people are getting paid more not to work. And unfortunately, because of this stalemate, nobody's getting any supplemental money over the last 3 weeks. So now the number went down below 1 million. The so-called experts have to scramble with another explanation. Maybe a lot of people said, now I got to go back to work. I have no choice. Perhaps. We'll see. Meanwhile, the other story, which your dad did over the weekend, was on Saturday, I'm going to take action. And one of the things he said is, I'm going to cut payroll taxes because for the people that work making under $100,000, they're going to take some more money home. And everybody was upset by that, except for, of course, Nancy Pelosi in 2012. Compare Nancy Pelosi, couldn't believe the president did something so irresponsible in 2020, as opposed to the woman with a shorter hairstyle in 2012. Watch.
When he says he's going to do the payroll tax, what he's doing is undermining Social Security and Medicare. So these are illusions.
This is necessary because our economy and our people need this boost. For individual families, 160 million American families, this will be a boost.
Do you worry, though, that this does take money out of the Social Security Trust Fund and that it may never fully be refunded, repaid?
No, I don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it, Eric.
Brian, I mean, that's what all Americans see. Honestly, she's a phony and Chuck Schumer is a phony. And, Brian, these people have never actually signed checks in their life. They've been dependent on the U.S. government their entire adult lives. And by the way, look at the lives that they live. I mean, they're pretty lavish. They've never worked a job in real industry. They don't care, right? I mean, on different days of the week, they'll go back and forth on positions depending on who's in power. I mean, that was like the perfect dichotomy right there, where she loved it back in 2010, 2012. She hates it today. They would do anything they could to stall the economy. They would do anything they could to stall unemployment. They don't want to see this economy come raging back as it is right now, as you're seeing in virtually every economic number, because they know it's going to help my father come November. He's been the greatest president in the history of the country on the economy, and they're, and that's why they're doing this. And the hypocrisy is crazy. And honestly, we need more people in government that have actually signed the front of a check, that have actually employed people, that have actually run businesses. I mean, she has been in office literally for 40 years, Brian. And the same thing, look at Biden. Biden's been in office substantially longer than I've been alive, right? And these are the people who are making the economic decisions for the United States of America. Give me a break.
Eric, thanks for being on with us today.
It's great to be with you guys. Thank you.
Great to see you. Thanks. 46 minutes after the top of the hour.